Today, I'm going to find out if Claude AI can build a fully custom FiveM server from literally nothing. In my previous video, we got Claude AI to make 3 different FiveM scripts, and let's just say it went insanely well. So you all asked me, will this work to actually make a FiveM server from scratch? We're going to be using a mix of Claude in Visual Studio Code, so it has direct access to my PC to build and see all of our server files. And since our previous video, Claude AI has had a bit of an update. We have now got Fable 5. This apparently should be even more insane than the previous AI. So we're just going to go ahead and make a completely empty folder on our desktop called FiveM server. And we're just going to let Claude do everything for us. I'm going to basically just tell it that I want to build a fully custom RP FiveM server, but I don't really know if that's actually going to work. So I've gone ahead and typed in a prompt to Claude. The prompt I've said is, I have made an empty folder on my PC. I want to turn this into a fully custom FiveM server with economy, advanced scripts, inventory, housing, jobs, police, and phones, and a bunch of other things. You're an expert FiveM developer who can build and integrate scripts cleanly. You can troubleshoot and organize well independently. And we're going to press enter. We're just going to see what it first does. Okay, so straight away, it's told us it is going to help build a complete custom FiveM server from scratch. And then it's asked for some PowerShell stuff. So we'll just let it do its thing and we'll come back to when it's done next. Okay, so it went through my PC. It found the fact that we have a completely empty folder, so a clean slate. It found that I have MariaDB running on my PC. It knows I have Node.js and Git both available apparently. Now it's asking me a couple of questions. Which framework should the server be built on? Apparently this is the most single important decision. It determines how economy, jobs, inventory, and every script integrate. So we got Qbox, QBcore, ESX, and fully from scratch. It will reinvent the entire framework, maximum control, but massive, slow effort, and it reinvents a lot of solved problems not recommended. It recommends Qbox, so we'll just go with Qbox. Now it's asking us, do I already have the FiveM artifacts downloaded and a server license key? It's gonna say neither, guide me. I'll just do that one. How do you want to approach the build given the large scope? Economy, inventory, housing, jobs, police, phones, etc. Phased core first. It builds a solid bootable core framework. Apparently that's recommended, so we'll do that one. The rest of it is scaffold everything first, and apparently I decide. So we'll just go with phased core first. I think that's the last thing. We click submit answers. Okay, so now it's doing everything. As you can see right here, it's told me apparently I've made excellent choices, which obviously I went off as recommended, so I'm sure it's going to say that. It's doing a lot autonomously, so all the folder structure allowed in the server. The only thing I need to do that requires a login, which is my license key. And you can see there's a list right here of everything it's doing. And starting now, let me create the folder structure, okay? And then we just click yes, and I think we're going to have to keep clicking yes for it to just download everything. Okay, and apparently it is done with phase 1, that it calls it. I've been sat here for quite a while, and you can see this is how much right here it has managed to get done out of that list. So it's not done, it's just done as much as it can do without me implementing some certain stuff. But if we have a look through everything it's been doing a lot. I actually just had to sit here clicking yes, 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 yes to all of these different command things it's asking to do, but by the looks of it, it's done pretty much everything you need. You can see as it was going, it was updating things through, but you can see I've waited more or less 10 minutes, if not longer, for us to get to this point. Right now, apparently it has made us a completely basic FiveM server with the server artifacts. It's downloaded the latest version. It's made us a MariaDB database for Qbox with all the tables that we need. It's given us a then full Qbox framework on our base server with an OX stack apparently, and it is installed and organized all of our folders. So we have Qbox, OX, CFX, server.cfg written with the correct load order, and a start.bat. And then apparently a setup guide. We have one action, which is the license key. Okay, so I've come in to the portal to grab myself a key. I'm going to copy the key, going to go back over to our server, and then I need to go into our server.cfg. So we will do that, server data, server.cfg. Wow, it has organized it actually really nicely. This is super easy to understand, but right somewhere here should be our license key. Here it is. So in between here, we'll paste in our license key. There we go. And now apparently paste it into the chat, and it would do us for us actually. I didn't even notice that, or just paste it into the server.cfg. Once it is in, I'll launch the server headless, read the console output, and confirm every resource starts clean before I ever open FiveM. That makes our life easy. So I guess I just go File, Save. And now we'll tell the AI that we have done it. And apparently phase 1 is complete. It has made a completely bootable server, which is based off Qbox. And apparently everything boots cleanly and everything is wired up. What's next? Well, since you spawn with no way to change appearance or earn spend money, recommendation is appearance, clothing. Okay, let's just load into the server and see what it's done even works at all. So right here is obviously where it set up our server. So we're going to open that on up and we're going to go into our server data folder and find our server.bat that it made for us. We'll double click that to start the server. Okay, and here you go. It's all booting up. And yeah, this is the FiveM server. You can see it is booted up. The license key is working, but we got a couple of errors here. The database is connected, which is good, but there's things here like tables don't exist, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but I think that's maybe just because it hasn't installed those yet. So let's give it the benefit of doubt, join the server and see if it works. Okay, so we're in the FiveM menus again. We should be able to join this time. We're loading in, we're connecting. Straight away, we're greeted to an empty basic loading screen. So that isn't the best style. I don't seem to have a custom loading screen from Qbox, but maybe it just hasn't installed that yet. So let's just see what happens when we actually get in game. Okay, we spawned in and we actually have a multi-character to select from. So new character, we can actually create a character. This is already working way better than I thought it was going to be honest with you. So we'll create our character, Highway Trooper is the name, American, sex, we'll do male, we'll just leave the date of birth as whatever it's set to right now. Click confirm, and okay, we've loaded in. There was no spawn selector, and I don't have a character, which I guess makes sense based off what is said, so fair enough, but we're in. And if we go on the map, there are some things on the map, like a crafting bench, and we've got ammunition. Okay, this is working better than I thought. And then we have the inventory, and whatever the inventory key is, F2. We've got OX inventory with a phone. I don't know what the phone keybind is. 2 maybe, because that was in our hotbar. No. 2. You would think it'd be 2, but 2 is not working. So I have actually no idea why that isn't working. Maybe the phone script isn't installed based off all those databases. But here you go. It's working. It's made us a FiveM server. So I guess the next steps is to go back to the AI and try and get it to develop upon this. We need like a custom postal map. We need a lot more, to be honest with you. Okay, so I have shut down the server and we are back to AI. What we need to do now is phase 2 apparently, since we spawn with no way to change anything. So I'll just say, let's do phase 2 and just let's see what it does. Let's let the AI guide us on what it wants to do. Okay, so excitingly, phase 2 is apparently complete and it is verified clean. Something really cool that I noticed, if you guys have a look through here, this is everything it's been doing. Again, it's been going for a while, maybe 10 minutes. If you have a look through here, what it actually does is it runs our server. It runs our server in a console. It checks for errors and to see if it boots cleanly. So it can actually boot up the server somehow and see if things are working. That's really, really cool. But you can see phase 2 complete. It has added an appearance, clothing system, banking, vehicle keys, boss menus, medical, police, and EMS. So apparently our economy loop is now fully functional. You start with 500 cash, 5,000 bank, paychecks, etc. Basically what you would expect. Remaining boots warnings are all expected apparently, or the tables missing. Apparently those tables will arrive in phase 3 and 4. I think that prompt we first gave it where we said it was an expert in FiveM development, etc. That's why it's doing this phase sort of thing, because it is trying to guide us. So, okay, now it's asking us to test it in game. So we'll run the server again. Okay, we booted the server. This time it booted much quicker. You can see everything to me looks more or less the same. We connected to the server again. No custom loading screen. I don't know at what point of its phases it's going to give us a custom loading screen. So who knows, but we should now, I guess, have a character creation menu. Maybe we need to create a new character. I'm not sure. Here we are. This time I can see a character, which is a good start. So I'll give it the benefit of doubt quickly. I'm going to create myself a new character. Again, we'll do Highway Trooper. Just to give it that benefit of the doubt, just in case this one won't spawn in anything. We'll do male again. We'll do Highway Trooper 2. We'll click confirm and we'll see what it does now. Okay, this time we spawned in with a character creator. You can see this is working. I'll double check it's all working. We'll try do this. Okay, yeah. You can see it works really well. Okay, so we'll just click save. And yes. And there you go. Now we're in. Do we have a phone now if we press 2? No. Okay. Well, is the inventory still here? Yeah, I don't actually know how the phone is meant to work at this point. We still got the inventory. If I drag and drop it to use, will it happen? No, okay, it still isn't working, so I don't quite know. Pause. Okay, we have got more things on the map. We've got the clothing menu, And I think that's more or less it. If you guys can notice anything else, let me know in the comment section. Okay, we have got Mission Road Police Station, so we should have like police now, I guess. I can't see a city hall to get jobs unless this is a city hall, but there's no map in it, so we can't go inside. Let's go back to the AI quickly and see what it told us to tar. Okay, I have arrived at a bank like the AI asked us to do. We have the interior, so let's test if it works. We should go into here. We should have a banking UI. Apparently, something should pop up. Okay, we have to interact with our third eye. View bank account. Boom. Opening bank account. It's working. And we got a UI. And there we go. We have a bank account with working money. We can withdraw. Fair enough. And we should do the slash. Okay, we've got a custom chat as well. I was not expecting that. Slash job. We're a civilian. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think we're admin, right? Okay, it does actually turn out we are admin. Maybe it set us as admin automatically because we were the first people to join the servers, but you can see if I do slash job, I just set myself to LSPD group grade chief, whatever the hell. So we are admin and that is working. Admin commands are indeed working. As you guys can see, I just teleported to the police station. So let's go inside of the police station and see if the job is working. Apparently the AI wants us to test the armory and the duty area. So we should be able to go on duty here somewhere, I assume, maybe? I'm not entirely sure where we're meant to go on duty. I thought it'd be somewhere here, but I cannot see it. Okay, maybe we are already on duty. I can see the armory sign here, so I assume, okay, whatever this is. Armory, press E to interact. Wow, we have an armory. We actually have to pay for these things? Well, we could get a pistol, I guess. Oh, we don't have enough cash on us. Okay, interesting. Oh, and we can't go in here, and we can't unlock it, but that is where the armory is. And that is interesting. I don't know if it's because we're on duty. Maybe. Yeah, we are on duty. So I don't know why we can't access this. Maybe we'll tell that to the AI and we'll see what it can fix. Okay, so I prompted it. I've said I can't get into the armory as a police officer. The door is locked even on duty. Besides that, let's continue on to phase 3, which is now guiding us to move on to housing apparently and some other things. So let's move on to phase 3, see if we can fix this police door locked issue. And yeah, let's just see what happens. Phase 3 is complete and it has fixed that armory door issue, as you can see right here. It's now also added housing. So we've got Qbox properties, we've got apartments, and go inside and get garages and decoration. Now we need to test phase 3 apparently, and we're very close to being done. We only have phase 4 and phase 5 left. So I'm not really sure what the AI is doing, but now we need to test it. So we need to create a new character to be able to go into the apartments. We need to open the property menu, be a realtor, whatever, and then do the stash wardrobe. And then we can move on to phase 4, which is a phone, banking app, social media, and things like that, which will apparently clear up the last warning. So let's just load into the server, make a new character, and see what happens. We still have no custom loading screens, so I really don't know when that's going to add it in. But now we're loading in. It wanted us to create a new character, so we'll go ahead and do that. If you guys are looking to set up your next FiveM server without using AI to make dodgy, broken FiveM scripts, be sure to check out my company, htnetwork.one. You can get yourself a fully modded auto-install FiveM server that you can set up in one click on your own PC, as well as VPS server hosting for really, really competitive prices, all in the link down in the description below at www.htnetwork.one. Okay, and now we have spawned inside an apartment. We didn't get to select the apartment. It didn't even say we own an apartment, but here we go. And again, obviously everything is working as you would expect. We could wear a mask, we could click save, and we can click yes. Now for some reason, I don't know why, but my radar's expanded. But by the expanded radar, you can see on the map, we now have apartments we can buy, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I don't really know how we leave the apartment. I guess it's up here somewhere, maybe. This is very random. It doesn't really say a lot of details up and down. Okay, I don't know why we're in this map here, to be honest with you. Oh, this is the picking the apartments, maybe? I'll press submit. Are you sure you want to get Richard Majestic apartment? Okay, sure. Okay, now we've spawned in. That's interesting. That's pretty weird. I think that's a bug. Now we've spawned in and we've got the clothing menu again, but this time it looks like we sort of own an apartment. This is what I was expecting. Yeah, now we can exit. We can manage our apartment. Okay, this is very cool still. This is just still, again, this is not fully custom. This is just using existing scripts, but the fact it's putting it together is impressive. But if we exit now, yeah, okay, this makes sense. And that is our property. I guess it will show. Okay, it doesn't show on our map as a property. It shows the same, so it's a bit hard to differentiate. But everything, I guess, is still working. I guess the phone we still don't have. No, we don't. But the inventory is still working very clearly. I did indeed want to test to see if the doors are now working. So we should check that we're on duty. I've given myself the job. Yeah, okay, we are on duty. We are upgrade chief. I assume this is still working. Yes, this is still working. And we need to get in there. So this door should be unlocked now. It isn't unlocked. Okay, we can unlock the door. Okay, there we go. It worked. And now we can go here, which is evidence. Okay, that was evidence. Interesting. So I have no idea what this is. Maybe this just doesn't work, but now we can access this and we have door locks, unlock door. Wow. Okay, fair enough. It worked. So now we can move on to the AI's next step. This is already pretty impressive. You can see our servers getting filled out more and more as we go. We've now got the housing with the housing system that works. Let's see what it does next. Okay, so we're going to move on to the phase 4 that it wants to do, which should bring in the phone, which will be pretty nice. But I have just mentioned that error that we had when we spawned in and made a character. Maybe it can fix that. Let's press enter, see how long it takes, and we'll move on to the next steps. Just so you guys can see, you can see how many tokens this uses up. I've only just pressed enter literally a minute ago, and it is going through like 1,000 tokens a minute at least, maybe like 2,000 tokens a minute at least. So you guys are likely do need a paid plan to do this much. The free plan, you could probably maybe make half a script or maybe one script. Okay, so the AI seems to have run into some issues or something like that right now, because I've been sat on this for I don't even know how long. I feel like it's been like 20 minutes, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't seem to be able to install the phone. If you have a look through here, it's trying to do something. It's running it and it just keeps failing. Every time you can see it's failing, it's running web packets, it's failing. I have no idea what it's doing. This was meant to be installing the phone. It said it had to install Screenshot Basic, and now something is not happening. Something is not starting. Going through here, I don't fully understand it, but you can see it just keeps doing the same thing. It's definitely run into some limitation here. Building the Screenshot Basic dependency webpack, that's what it's getting stuck on. And it hasn't even managed to get to the phone yet of the phase 4. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to ask it what's going on maybe, and we'll see what happens. So I've asked it what's going on, said I can't see anything going on, and it said that it's going to give us a clear status. It's saying nothing's broken, and it's waiting on a slow background build, and it's going to check where it is. It's pretty weird that it's like not actually saying anything's going on. It's hard to keep track of, but you can see it's checking something right now. So now it's told us it sees the problem. Its manual build approach has stalled. The node is sitting at 0% CPU. It's not working. Okay, so the AI is really having a stroke here. It's going on in the background still, but you can see apparently it managed to get Screenshot Basic to start. It built whatever. I was waiting for 10 minutes. Now I try to start it again with a cached build or something. You can see it timed out again. It did not build, and it's still going right now. You can see trying to figure something out. Apparently it has another dependency, PMA voice. It's missing a bunch of things right now. This is very interesting. And we're done. This is the most I've seen Claude struggle, like completely. It actually struggled. Going through everything here, you guys can see it has taken ages on this, and all it has done is installed a phone and fixed that issue that we mentioned. It really has had a stroke. But then we can move on to phase 5, which is apparently the polish phase, which is going to be the most interesting. In the polish phase, we should get a custom loading screen, you'd think. So let's test phase 4, move on to phase 5, and then I think we're pretty much done. Okay, so I've booted the server up, and you can see it's completely clean. No warnings, no nothing. There is a CMD error for no such command as builds. That's something the AI has done wrong. I don't really know, but there's no errors here at all. So it is actually correct. Just so you guys can see, again, still no custom loading screen. Okay, and we've spawned in, and you can see it has fixed that location. Now we have like a proper location selector. Obviously, keep in mind, none of this is custom built. This is all OX things, but you can see it's working pretty well. So we'll spawn in our last location, see if that works, and it does. So that's working. Now, as long as we have the inventory, yeah, we do. We still have inventory with our phone. We should be able to press M and have a fully functioning phone. So moment of truth, we're going to press M, and here we go. A fully functioning phone. So we've got the calling thing right here. We have no call history. That makes sense. We have our number. We have an avatar which isn't showing. Copy number. Okay. We go back. Oh, okay. That closes the phone. So we don't want to do that. I don't know how we go back. Okay. This is the button. We've got messages so you can message people. It's not the most amazing app, but it's okay. We've got some browser. Does this actually work? I don't even know. Oh, it does work. Wow. It pulls up my website. That's crazy. You can actually go ahead and pull up a website on the phone. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, and this is the camera. Okay, it works. fair enough. It took a long time, and this is the most I've seen AI struggle, but phase 4 is complete, and you gotta give it to AI. It's actually building a pretty decent server so far. So let's go to phase 5. I think I might give it a little bit more of a prompt to try and just piece everything together that we would expect for a really custom FiveM server, but considering this has gone from the bottom, an empty folder, it's done everything for us, I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so I'm going to AI. I'm trying to act like someone who doesn't know what they're doing, right? So I'm just going in like with this basic uneducated vibe. So I'm going to say, let's do phase 5, polish my FiveM server and make it ready for a community. I want a loading screen. I want jobs. I want postal maps. I want cool scripts and a cool UI. I want everything. So I'm just going to tell it, do everything you can do, basically. Let's press enter, see what it does. If this takes as long as previously, then we're gonna be here for a while. Okay, so it's doing something pretty interesting. We're not done yet, it's still thinking, but you can see it's done some research and it's basically put together what it's gonna do to build a fully polished FiveM server. So apparently it's making us a fully custom loading screen. I don't know why it doesn't just add one, but it is. It's adding a fully custom loading screen and it's branding it based off my CFX account identity. So it's pulled my CFX account identity and that's how it's branding it. So fair enough. Then it's going to add HUD, fuel, garage, postal, scoreboard, and some bonus scripts or something, a radial menu, and a bunch of other things. So it's actually doing quite a bit of research. This is pretty interesting. It's vetted everything, and it knows what it needs to do. So we're going to see if it's actually just waffling, or it can actually do this. Okay, so this is it. Phase 5 is complete. All you need to do now is load into the server, and everything should be good. But I did want to show you guys what it's done overall. So I think it's easier to show you in File Explorer, so we'll go through our File Explorer. Here is our FiveM server. Obviously, it made us a setup guide, which is this. It's told us what it's built. It told us to get our license key, start the server, make us admin, roadmap, and this was everything it was doing in the roadmap, obviously. So it did all of that. The database credentials, that's useful. The resources locations, pretty useful to be fair. And obviously, we got then our server, which is our basic server files, sort of what you expect. We've got Claude. In here, I'm pretty sure it's its like settings, so it has a database to understand and remember what it's doing. Makes your life easier. So everything in our server.cfg is just super well organized. Everything throughout this server.cfg looks amazing. Super easy to understand, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It's made up a Discord link, fair enough. I don't know why, but we've got tags and pretty much everything you would want, really. ENUS, our key. Yeah, everything's here, really nicely laid out as well. We've got a section for our own resources to ensure fair play. This is actually really impressive. So now we'll move on to the resources. It's organized everything really well. You can see we've only got a couple subcategory folders, no random one. CFX is our basic dependencies. In custom, it's got our loading screen and some bridge it built for the fuel script. We've got all of these jobs right here. Bearing in mind, I don't know why, we've only got ambulance and police jobs. So it hasn't really done the best job there on the jobs. We've got OX, which is just the basic OX things. We've got QBX, which is all of the basic QBX stuff, and we've got standalone. Now, I reckon it could have done better with jobs. It could have installed some more jobs that we don't have all day, and really, it should just do those things based on me giving it a prompt to build an amazing FiveM server. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not really going to be able to name the jobs specifically that you want. Let's join the server for the last time and see that final polished product. So again, server has booted really well. We have got a couple errors, something to do with radial menus depreciated, but it should work. No database errors, everything is smooth. Okay, and here we go. We're going to connect. We should see our custom loading screen, and we do see our custom loading screen. If you guys watched our previous video, you would know this is very, very familiar. It does have that AI type of vibe to it. But hey, we've got a custom loading screen, and I'm pretty impressed by this. Okay, and we're loading into the game. This time we should have, yeah, well, everything we're expecting. Okay, and we've fallen through the map. That's interesting. We didn't have that problem before, but yeah, I don't know what's going on now. Something appears to have broken. It doesn't seem to be any errors. Something's actually gone wrong. This is interesting. So we'll click play on our character. Okay, and we have spawned back into this character spawn selection thing, so that's fair enough. We'll do motels. We'll click enter, we'll spawn in. Okay, and this is because we had a previous character, we didn't ever have like an apartment for it, so now we can pick an apartment, which is pretty cool. So we actually get to see our new apartment screen. I was a bit confused then, but if we press enter, we should then get given our apartment. We can click confirm, and there you go. And now would be the option to customize our pet again, but we ain't gonna bother with that. save, and there you go. And you can already see in the bottom left-hand corner right there, and in the bottom right-hand corner, our voice and our HUD. So we're in our apartment. This one's slightly different to the other ones. It's raining outside, so that's nice. But yeah, this is pretty impressive. We've got nearest postal. We have our HUD with our food and hunger. That's sort of what you expected. We have a fully custom postal map right here. Obviously, it hasn't made this one. It's pulled it from GitHub somewhere, but it looks really nice. We've got fuel stations. I assume we still have our phone. We do. Okay, so I spawned myself in a T20 using the admin menu, and you can see, yeah, the HUD looks really, really nice. We've got our seatbelt. We've got our player location thing at the top, and we're going to go drive over to a fuel station and see if that bridge that it built is working properly. Okay, so we are at the fuel station, and all we should have to do, right, is pull up. Here we go. Leave the vehicle to be able to start fueling. Okay. E to fuel, and we're fueling up the car. It's got a hose, it's got a hose pump, I guess, no actual hose attached to it, but yeah, we're fueling up the car and it's working. Doesn't seem to be any errors. No errors. We'll let it do its thing and we'll see if we've actually got full fuel. Okay, there we go. It cost us $140. We fueled to 99 apparently, and our car is locked. Okay, and we can unlock it with L. It works. Yeah, and we have full fuel. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner. This try not to crash. So that's pretty impressive. There you guys go. You can actually build a fully custom RP server from the ground up. Let's go back to Claude AI because I have one more thing that I want to touch on, which is actually how much this cost me to do. So these are the two different plans you can get with Claude. You have a free version, you have a pro version, and a max version. We have used a lot of credit in order to do all of this, and we haven't even got a fully custom server. You know, there's still some things that I would change. It's pretty basic in terms of what it's done. However, if you were to be competitive in FiveM, you need custom UIs, right? So you're going to need to use even more credits than what we've used here. So I used about 150,000 tokens. You actually need to pay for a pretty expensive one. So I actually do have the maximum plan, which is from £75 a month. Comment down below what you guys think of this. Would you use Claude AI, and would you pay for Claude AI Max like I have done in order to do this?